I run the largest community for Minecraft tanks in existence, probably, I'm pretty sure. And so that means there are a lot of people building a lot of tanks. And this is where it all gets posted in the showcase channel of my Discord. So in this video, I'm literally just going to be scrolling through, looking at tanks, kind of rating them, giving my opinions on them, and just seeing what's up, because I don't know what people have been posting. I've not looked at these beforehand. So yeah, we are just here to see what is up, what are people building. Um, the answer is a lot of planes. I know that much. There's already 2 planes on the first page. Like there's another plane here, and there's some kind of, I think it was some kind of spacecraft. But for the sake of this video, we're going to be ignoring anything that's not a tank, or at least like a ground vehicle. Even though this is really cool. I mean, this thing is pretty sick. He's just started building this today. He was posting like kind of like build updates about it. He just started today, I'm pretty sure, and it already looks insane. So anyway, we're just gonna start at the top with the Stridsvang 25, which is a mix of a Stridsvang 103 and an E25, the German tank destroyer. Nice little build here. I wish it had a bit more shaping or like sculpting, just on the shape of the hull. Well, the whole thing's a hull, but either more shaping or more deco, because it is currently just completely flat. Like there's nothing here on the Stridsvang. There's a ton of random junk. There's like the MG boxes, which they do have, but they have tons of like the gunner sight, the cupolas or the periscopes for all the crew are up here. There's like a grill or like I think it's actually like slat armor on the front here. So yeah, having it just be completely smooth, I mean it's fine, but I would like to see some deco or something over here just on the front, and then make it look a lot better. I will be rating every tank we look at, just for kicks. And my scale goes like this. Average is not a 7. I think the average has been inflated for a lot of things. The average is going to be 5 because that's what the average is. And honestly, that's probably what I'm gonna give this thing. This is just a flat 5. I mean, it's perfectly fine build. Nothing wrong with it. Could be better. Whatever. Next up, we have a Sherman of unspecified variant. I mean, yeah, it's a little hard to tell the difference between variants of the Sherman, if I'm honest. I'll just call it like an E8 because it has the angled welded hull and the big turret bustle. Tank decoration has improved a lot over the past I'll say months. Just if nothing else, just the mech bearing, which is this part. This front angled plate, in order to get it to be angled, this whole part is on a mechanical bearing. Or it could be a physics bearing, it could be on a ship, but most people would just use mechanical bearings from Crate, which they just let you rotate blocks and just set them to whatever angle you want. And then you can just do whatever you want with them and just angle them however you want. And so it gives you a lot of freedom when you're decoing and making your tanks. For feedback on this one, it's pretty good. I wish the photo was a little bit better. People need to learn how to take photos, if I'm honest. This lighting is questionable, like the time of day, and also the angle. It's a little close, so the FOV is a little high. I'm not here to judge photography though. The tank itself is pretty good, not bad. Again, I just wish they did some texturing on this one, especially with this block that they use here, around the turret, and then for most of the hull. It has these really clear defined edges of each block. As you can see, it's like tiled is what I call it. And so that just makes it look a little bit strange, especially when you have big flat spots like on the side here or on the side of the turret. So I wish they did a bit more texturing. And then also for deco, they have like a log and a little, I guess it's supposed to be like an insignia of some kind. They have like an antenna, but just do more stuff. I mean, especially when it comes to historical tanks like the Sherman, there are plenty of reference photos for what they might have looked like in combat. What kinds of even like modifications soldiers were doing to them, or like, you know, hanging bags on the sides or putting concrete or sandbags or track links or whatever maybe. I'll give this a 5.5 out of 10. Next up we have a M2A3 Bradley. Pretty interesting vehicle. There's been a lot of discussion about this, not a lot, but some. Just because of the fact that the turret is so difficult to make. In fact, I'll even pull it up here just so I can talk about it during the video and not have to edit in post. But the turret, the shape is just, it's really hard to even understand what it is. Like a lot of other turrets, you just break it down into its fundamental shapes and then you can understand, you know, how to build it. For example, here the M1 Abrams, which is quite a ubiquitous tank. The front face is You know, you can see it's sloped in two planes. So it's sloped not only like this, if you see my cursor, but then also from the front, it's sloped like this. So the shape is difficult to make, but you can understand it and break it down really easily. Whereas on the Bradley, from every angle, it just looks different on the turret. The hull is not that bad, but the turret, it's so difficult to understand like what is going on with the shaping. That being said, I think our boy Turpy Tuesday here did a pretty nice job. It has like this angled part and then a sharp lip on the front, and it angles back down. And then also this left side here is asymmetrical. The left side is like it slopes backwards into the back of the turret. I don't know, really confusing. It's not terrible. I'm also just gonna give him a pass on the turret just because it's really hard to even understand what's going on. On the hull, you can see they've done quite a bit of texturing work, just using some various blocks to break up these big flat surfaces, which is good. But then on top of that, it would be nice to see a bit of thickness change in the armor. So just raise up this panel by 2 pixels or whatever. Just because right now it looks like this part is like all the textures are painted on, which they are in some ways. There are some things I don't like here. For example, the toe launcher is a square. You can really easily make it, you know, flat and wide the way it's supposed to be. That's not something that, you know, you should be boiling down to a square. You can definitely follow what it is in real life and make it flat and wide like a rectangle. I will give it a 4 out of 10. We have a pretty gnarly M1A1 here in the woodland camo, which I really like. The desert camo is much more recognizable, but the woodland camo is pretty slept on. Good shaping on the turret cheeks with this compound angle. I'm guessing this is a bearing, so it's angled like this, and then the slope in this direction comes from just a slope block, I'm guessing. The size of the turret is questionable. It should be a little bit skinnier at the back, I'm pretty sure. I've recently built an M1A1, actually, this exact variant. If I was to get picky, the turret would come out like this, and then it would go back in a little bit. And there's some space between the rack and the turret itself. And there's also space in the back. The turret does not come all the way back here. You look at the Abrams, and it does have a very large turret bustle, but it's not that big. You will also notice they have like this resource pack on, which changes the barrel to be a circle. There's not a good view, but you can see it's like a octagon or something. They have like some really high poly hatches, and the road wheels for those tracks are also high poly. It looks a little strange, whatever. I would like to see some more deco again. We have like 2 little bits here, and then the faintest whisper of an antenna. But the Irams has a ton of junk just sitting on top of the turret. There's the gunner sight over here. You have the CITV on some versions, not the M1A1. M1A1 doesn't get it, but it still has the gunner sight. It has the ring for the Commander 50 cal, the loader M240. You have antennas. You have stuff in the rack, the back of the turret. So a lot of stuff a lot of deco they could have put, which I didn't, which is a little disappointing, but really good shaping. I like this one. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next up, we have a Panther A, and I mean, it's come from Pixel, which if you don't know, well, I don't know. I don't even know why I'm bothering to say that. But Pixel is one of the best builders in our community. Some would argue the best. With a absolutely gorgeous, again, Panther A, shaping immaculate, the slanted or sloped side of the turret, nice rounded mantlet. I don't like this little mixel bit down here. That was my only gripe, is the little, like, the banding you see when you have a bunch of tiny little layers down here. But other than that, really nice. Deco is on point as always. You have the spare track links, all that stuff. Some boxes and crates and whatever. Antenna. And also stuff like the exhausts back here, which are angled outwards, again, using a mechanical bearing. Also the sides of the hull here, again, angled. This kind of stuff is not difficult to do. If you want to deco like this and you want to shape like this, it's not hard. Even if you don't know what you're doing, you can literally just bumble your way through it and figure out how to get slopes like this that look really nice. I don't even have that much to say, just because this is building at a higher level than I can do, realistically speaking. So I think I'll just cap off my analysis there, and I'll rate this. I would rate this Panther probably like a 9.5 out of 10. We'll end it on a banger here with an M4A3E8, so an E8, an Easy 8 rather. We have a Sherman, again using the round barrel thing. I don't know where people are getting this, but the deco is pretty good. Although the shaping is actually no, I have gripes about the shaping. I would even call this like not even that good shaping. Because you will notice it is very flat for a Sherman. The Sherman is a quite a tall tank. So this is I think this distance is, I can't tell what they've done, but it's just over a block. When I would really prefer it to be a full 2 blocks, if not even a little bit more. Because the Sherman has a slope from here to here, like this, which this just does not have. It has a little bit, but again, the thickest part, or the tallest part is not that tall. So it makes it difficult to do the rest of the shaping. Front plate, good. Pretty decent. I mean the upper front plate of the Sherman hull is pretty simple to make. I quite like the mantlet. This mantlet is pretty good. On the E8. The E8 has this rectangular wide, kind of a little bit thin mantlet, and then the canvas behind it, which is what they're going for here with the balloons. So that's pretty good. Again, I just wish it was taller. People do have a tendency to make tanks shorter than they're supposed to be, which is just a general theme. And I think it's because people want their tanks to be like slim and trim and sleek. If you make your tank too tall, then it'll look goofy, in some cases. And so people really like to avoid it, even when it should be taller, such as the Sherman. I will point out the suspension here. A lot of detail goes into the suspension, which with the I think it's HVSS or whatever it's called. I don't remember. But you have blocks kind of inside the track area here. This is becoming a thing more recently. Overall, for the rating, I mean, the shortness just throws me. I can't rate this any higher than like I give it a 6 out of 10. This has been my walk through the showcase channel of my own Discord. Um, as expected, a lot of tanks are average. That's what average means, I guess. I really like doing these videos. I've only done one of these, well, 2 of them now, but it gives the YouTube watchers an insight into the Discord because a lot of people don't join the Discord to do anything other than get the mod pack, which is fine. I mean, that's what I expect, but I do really enjoy being able to show off the community, which I think is really great. The Tank community is really great, and be able to show it off to the YouTube, which is kind of more superficial, you could say. In any case, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.